Tonight's broadcast is presented by Leuda 872 Laborers Union. Las Vegas Lights FC playing with house money, but the chips are still in the middle of the table. Literally, we are all in. Ty here, Ty Collins alongside Marion Crowder. Delighted to be on the call. Marion, 9 points already for the Lights in this new era in Sin City.
Yeah, it's already a much better Vegas team than years past. A reminder that they didn't really have a preseason together, so they're still in the very early days for the Las Vegas Lights in terms of player relationships across the field, and that's what we're seeing in their last 5 results. 2 wins, 3 losses in that order, coming off a humbling outing versus the Charleston Battery where they were exposed, but also just were not informed. Dennis Sanchez said training response has been excellent this week, so now it's about executing for 90 minutes and building some confidence back into your locker room and back into your goal scorers.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got to put that one in the rear view and just move on. That's the greatest thing about soccer, right? Move on. Now we go on to our move on with New Mexico United in their last 5 matches. Well, first we'll go to our player to watch. Sorry, Valentin Noel. He was outstanding at Pitt. He's been outstanding here and under the lights in Las Vegas.
Yeah, for Vegas, you are looking at this guy. They are an electric group when Valentin Noel is on the ball and on the ball often. I would love to see him occupy the space in front of the back line. He is lethal when he's running at the back line with pace. He's got the ability to go 1v1, create service, and he's also got the ability to shoot from distance.
He is a true baller. Watch for number 27. Now we'll move on to New Mexico United. Their last 5 matches. Marion, take it away. What stands out to you?
Yeah, similar, right? 3 wins, 2 losses across their last 5, but it's been a similar last match to the Las Vegas Lights where they did not have a pleasing performance to the manager. Felt like they were costly moments of fatigue in that 3-0 loss to Tampa Bay. A rare outing that didn't see Greg Hurst on the score sheet, and we'll get to that in a minute. Obviously, this is a 3-week game stretch. That is a lot of heavy legs, so expect to see some heavier rotations from both of these sides here tonight.
Yeah, like Cary, North Carolina, now Tampa Bay, now they're here in Las Vegas. This kid right here, he is a goal scorer. In fact, he was even told by Eric Quill, this guy is a thorn in my side. I got to bring him on. So he has him on. He's going to start off on the bench.
Yeah, he's a thorn in just about everybody's side, and he has truly been exceptional. It's been his runs off the ball that have made him special so far this season, along with his ability to execute technique within really small windows. You mentioned it, the big story here, he's going to have to come off the bench tonight, and that's going to be perhaps a massive impact that could be late into this one.
5 goals in the last 9 matches for Hurst. What do we have in store as the opening kick comes up right after this from Cashman Field?
AIS is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights Football Club.
Hey, bud. This doing nothing all day isn't good.
You should be out making friends.
Lots of friends.
Why? Huh? Because I'm not enough? By myself? Because you would love me more if I was always bringing over new money friends?
Yes.
It's called earning dividends, dear.
Get your money working with amazing certificate rates now at AmericaFirst.com. Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Mi raza bonita. Desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en la bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Welcome back to Sin City, the city that really doesn't sleep at all. Sponsored in part by Laiuna. Great clips. Also by the Nevada Donor Network, Donate Life. And Las Vegas starting lineups, which is brought to you in part by Laiuna 872. Marion, take a look at this starting five. What surprises you?
Well, as we've come to expect from the Las Vegas Lights, it'll be a different mix of players, not only because of that 6-0 outing versus Charleston, but also because of the 3-game week, like we mentioned. Sean Smart back into the lineup at the right back position, a similar midfield three, and then Samake, Alba, and Zhu up top. And then as we look to the New Mexico lineup, this is actually even more shocking because this is a traditionally consistent New Mexico starting 11. They've actually got a new signing in Abdi Mohammed, who you'll be seeing number 26 at the left back position. Astorga will rotate into the starting 11 as well at the right back position, and then a very unfamiliar front three. We'll see what the relationship looks like, but this is going to be held down by Micheletto, Akali, and Zico Bailey, the familiar midfield three for this group.
Little wild card, right, by Eric Quill, his second year at New Mexico. He was an outstanding player for 1 year at Clemson before going into the pro ranks, and has been also an outstanding coach. He was with Columbus Crew as an assistant. Helped get that championship, and then he's now here at New Mexico. Back on the road. He's been on the road 3 straight. He can't wait to get back home to New Mexico. As Las Vegas Lights, they are in all white, and New Mexico United in their all yellow. We are underway. Valentin Noel with his first couple touches on that left channel. Lofting over again to try to get past the back line. It almost worked. It's cleared out. Trying the big ball. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it will drive your coach nuts. I'm sure you know that. Marion. The big ball, booted, as we like to say when we were playing Little League soccer. Here's the early doors in this one. Maples in that center back position. Slide it over to him. Showing is Muhammad. Just as Marion said, just got on the squad. Beautiful night in Las Vegas. Delighted you guys could join us. As Las Vegas find themselves below that 8 spot, but a lot different attitude this season for the Las Vegas Lights under new ownership, a very, very energetic and a bright future for Dennis Sanchez, their head coach. We had the pleasure to talk to him, and delightful too, Marion, on his conversation, just going through the strategy and just pretty much his season thus far.
Yeah, and I do think it's important to remind folks that Las Vegas is in a little bit of a different position in terms of player relationships. We alluded to it in the Open that he didn't have a preseason, right? And still signing players, still trying to figure out really which relationships make the most sense and produce the most results. So if you're a Las Vegas fan, you kind of feel like the results have been a little bit inconsistent. Let me just remind you of that little piece that these guys are really still trying to figure it out on the field in terms of getting to know each other.
Yeah, he's working around different parts, trying to put together, trying to get that stew to actual gel. It's got to be tough, but they only have 9 points to the name, so.
Yeah, exactly, and that's such a positive mindset to have. Dennis Sanchez telling us that this was actually their first week of training where they had all guys available.
Mohammed up ahead, looking for Harris. Here's Mohammed with a return. Good flighted ball, one touch. Oh, that was on a platter. And moving out of the way, Bailey. They'll try the right side. Mexico United setting up perfectly. See if they can break through first in this fixture. Trickle out, and a colleague quickly on the throw in. Maples quickly call for it, and then the square ball. Muhammad all the way up. Unlucky touch that's taken away by Las Vegas. A flighted ball once again trying to get over the top. And some, what you call some chippiness already between Husso and Jout.
For New Mexico, I'm really interested to see both of their outside backs. Abdi Mohammed just getting onto the roster, a brand new signing, and then when you look at Arturo Astorga, a tremendous story, a player that had been with New Mexico United's U23s in League Two and had been training with the first team. Impressed head coach Eric Quill enough to not only get a first team contract, but make his start tonight.
Well, New Mexico really trying to push Las Vegas back a little bit here. They've been the aggressors so far. What do you think?
Yeah, one of the focal points for New Mexico, especially after that Tampa Bay match, is just an individual desire and a focus in defending and being urgent on the ball. And you can see early on that that's been the message from their head coach throughout the week.
Oh, that's exactly what you want to do from your defender. Shot, and it's just over the bar. My goodness, I didn't even see it. That was a rock, how quickly that got off the boot. What a hit. Here's a replay.
And this all started from the individual effort of Marco Micheletto to get some pressure onto the ball.
Husso, you could see a Rosarina, just a reflex, just hoping that ball was not going to get under the crossbar. And Smart hurt. Smart fresh out of winning a national championship with Clemson. And didn't have much of a break. Quickly into the pro ranks. Mexico already setting up. The Las Vegas Lights able to get some numbers and grab possession back. Free kick awarded quickly to the home side. We're into the 7th minute, early doors here at Cashman Field. Cashman Field built in 1947. Actually was built for football, not this football. Rodeos, boxing. Later had their first baseball game in the late 40s. And now it's the home of the Las Vegas Lights. Inserted pass. Wrestled away. And a good idea, but to no avail. But New Mexico United will indeed take this corner. As we move into the 8th minute. New Mexico United with a corner. Heavy, but headed down. And a click back, fortunately, goes the way to Las Vegas Lights. And here's Ngando. The magician up ahead cannot connect with Alba. Good step by Charlie Adams. It's a difficult pass and almost connected. And a tough touch by Noel. Out to the left. Nifty pass. Bailey. Wrestled away. And we got another Las Vegas player down. Let's take a look at this last attempt here from that corner. Thought that was a little overhit, but I think that was indeed the strategy here.
Yeah, just getting it back into the mixer, and really that intent was not to be on goal. It was just to provide a bouncing ball for one of his teammates to get a toe poke in front of it. But how about the shot-stopping skills of Rico Rosarena?
He's been busy so far. You might know his brother. His brother plays at Tampa Bay in the major leagues. Was the All-Star in the MVP in 2020. As Ngando gets away, Ngando, he can create. Oh, he had a diagonal pass for anybody to take, but nobody could get on the other end of it. Unlucky touch. This could result in a hazard for Las Vegas, but coming off the line is a Rosarena. How clutch was that, Marion? Because all he had to do really was to chip the keeper, and Rosarena had to really put on his jets.
It worked out well this time, but that's been a problem spot for Las Vegas in their last several matches, is his over pursuit sometimes of that ball in no man's land.
Charlie Adams also frustrated with himself. Definitely heavy touches. He blasts that one out of bounds. Coach Dennis Sanchez, he coached Valentin Noel, the Austin 2 side where they won the MLS Next Championship. And how fitting that he brings them over to Las Vegas. There's Valentin Noel right there. Some pressure. Back line coming up for Las Vegas, cutting this pitch in half and maybe even more. Triangle passing between Valentin Noel and Ngando. Good press. Put on by Bruce. Good look of space. Smart. He sees the pocket. He'll play to the right to Zhao. Zhao with his head up. Here's a bending ball. Just a little bit away of target there for Alba. But you could see the process and what the intention was.
Yeah, and that trend is exactly what has made Ricky Alba so dangerous. Obviously, he doesn't have the goals to his name that I believe his movement off the ball deserves, but just his ability to shift from the viewpoint of that near post center back to then shift to the backside shoulder and sit in between both center backs. That is what allows him to create options for service. He is really just a player looking to get on the end of one. He's doing everything else right except for the final piece.
Mohamed down the touchline. Trying to do a quick turn was Harry's. Now Mohamed goes down. Quickly get up. As Maples bring back and forth with Herbert. That is a big target to have too. Center back that is that tall like Herbert. And once he gets in for set pieces, which is what we saw in that corner kick.
Well, that's what Las Vegas wants to limit.
Oh, it gets free. Mohamed on the rebound. This looks good, and a little bit of improvisation there by Akale. And now it's Michelero. Clipped, flicked, goal! Bruce on the end of it with his left foot. And just like that in the 13th minute. Yes, indeed, a home run hit by Bruce when he gets the start tonight. He makes it 1-0 in favor of New Mexico United. There's too many touches in that box there, Marion. sitting around the perimeter. Good clip.
And I would love to see a sideline view of that. Yeah, it's cheeky from Marco Micheletto, no doubt. Abdi Mohammed, the right back, getting in there. But there were some obvious calls for a handball. And the player that would have kept him on is Clementa, and that would be very unlike him. And yes, Daniel Bruce, welcome to the starting 11, sir.
From Warrington, England, he played at UNC Charlotte, also known as Charlotte. Last season had 11 starts, 24 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. And he brings New Mexico United with an early lead, 1-0. 14th minute now. Las Vegas will see if they can answer. Eric Quill definitely pleased with what he's seen. Quick throw in. As Vegas, they want to even the score immediately. As Jout drifting, and just too much. His momentum carried him out.
Important to remind people that we don't have the benefit of VAR, USL Championship. So yes, to your point, goal's gonna stand, nothing you can do about it. From the angle I saw, it was off. Don't have the ability to go back and look at it. So now if you're Las Vegas, it's all about how you respond. And that's kind of been the story for this group, is getting themselves into a little bit of precarious situations, but having some resilience to respond. But Marco Micheletto has been all over the pitch, and we talked about limiting dead ball situations, and we need to talk about them limiting Marco Micheletto and Zico Bailey's impact on this game. And those two players have been much too active for Las Vegas to come out with 3.
Colley wrestles it away, sends it up to Bruce. Bruce may have gotten away with an offside position to score, which probably Dennis Sanchez still irate about. But again, it's how you react. And already New Mexico trying to put them up 2-0. And a shot that just goes wide. Rosarino watched that one drift off. They've had some good looks outside of the 18. This is, again, Huso, who just sends that one to the left of the post. Huso from the Ivory Coast, signed with New Mexico United at the end of February. And this looks promising for Las Vegas Lights. The idea was there. Samake, good intervention by Nigro. Touching and teasing with the ball to buy some time for some options. And sometimes the only option is to play it back. An inserted pass, miscue, taken away by Bailey. No playing around. Bailey knows straight to go forward. Bailey from Henderson, Nevada. And successful spells with FC Cincinnati. Major League Soccer, Rosarina test his feet. And Gondo clipped over. Just overcooked a tad. Off the line, Tambakis, known as the greatest goalkeeper in club history. From Athens, Greece, 6'3". When you have a sturdy goalkeeper and a leader like that, it definitely goes a long way. And once again, New Mexico teasing around the 18, and once again, an overhit ball that was intended to see if they could snipe Harris on that back stick there. Marion, your thoughts?
New New Mexico's doing everything right. They have an individual desire to put pressure onto the ball quickly after they lose it. It feels quite suffocating for Las Vegas to build out, and that's exactly what I would do. If I were Eric Quill, I would test their confidence on the ball when building through high press. And so far, Las Vegas hasn't proven that they can solve it. The other area that they're winning is the pockets to the left and right of Ngando, sometimes operating as a single pivot. You got Marco Micheletto and Zico Bailey both kind of sitting in that pocket of space right in front of the back line, and it's causing problems.
Heavy touch by Smart, but he's got the speed to overcome. Left-footed shot blocked. Smart may have been in offside position. Yes, he was as he came back for it. The injury report sponsored in part by Desert Radiology. As there's the injury report for both teams, but New Mexico has no injuries reported. Pinzon and Aguilar for the home team. And New Mexico United is out here buzzing around. They've got one, they want more. They may have stolen one, but they'll take the advantage. Las Vegas is going to have to answer. Smart defensive play, very smart. Pardon the pun. Like you said, Marion, Ngando, he lives in those pockets. That's what Sanchez wants him to do. He was a phenomenal player at UNCG and was picked high by Vancouver Whitecaps. A lot of promise in this kid. Matter of fact, Marion, back in right before he made his way to the United States around the COVID time, he told me that he was about to give up and stop playing soccer, put up his cleats. He was cut from a club, and he just said, there's just something that maybe it's just not meant for me. Is Smart. Lost it for a second, but he prayed about it, and the next morning he came up with the idea, said, I'm going to go over to the States, give it one more ride. It's amazing how now you see where he is. And watching him blossom in the college game where he made UNCG a powerhouse in 2022. Zhao. But a humble kid from Cameroon, then on to France. And once he gets comfortable, you'll see how magnificent his touch is. They're going to need him. Las Vegas trailing 1-0 here in the 22nd minute. Bruce laying it off. Up to the middle. Micheletto. Clever. Was intended to see if he get Harris coming on lately. Late run, but no such luck. And a knockout by Maples. On your attack for Vegas, what do you think they need to do to exploit New Mexico to find that equalizer?
Well, I don't think they need to think about anything except breathing for a minute. They can't string together more than a few passes without turning it over. They just need to take a second to calm down.
I think they're wound up a little too tight. The lights are bright. A lot of talent on both squads. Maples slides it to Mohammed.
And sometimes, Ty, when it feels like you're under this much duress, you can't always play in a pretty manner out of it. As we see a pretty hefty challenge that'll equal a yellow. But what you can do is be a little bit more pragmatic and start to clear your lines. You have got players with massive amounts of pace in the wide areas. You've got a strong target forward in number 9, Ricky Alba.
Card going to be given to Charlie Adams, a Brentford Academy product. He's got a nice little, he's good with the set pieces.
So for Vegas, and until you feel like you've settled into this game, there's nothing wrong with clearing your lines and gaining some territory and testing the pace of the back line of New Mexico. You have to realize there are going to be games where you can't play out of pressure all the time. And it's this risk-reward versus trying to play quote-unquote pretty soccer and trying to gain some ground and gain some momentum by being a bit more direct.
Started again from the center back with Maples. Las Vegas has done a good job in stopping that central ball in the center of the circle. Trying to get through to Bruce. Bruce, the only goal scorer so far. On the goal, yes, that could have very well have been offside. Try to get over the top, and just a little too much on that. Could not connect with Bruce. Rosarina taking his time. From Cuba. With Tampa Bay before coming to Las Vegas. We got a free kick. There's Dennis Sanchez, got a bright future ahead of him. Ball seems to be moving. There's been a couple of at least attempts to make the switch over here to this near side. Is kind of just carried out. Either that, or again, just kind of wound up a little too tight. Smart pinches. Here's Ngando. Up ahead. This sets up nicely. That'll be a corner. So good opportunity for Las Vegas to try to find the equalizer. Slowly making his way to the flag. I believe it's Charlie Adams. Yes, it is. He is notorious for a very good whipping ball. Let's see what he does here. Bunched up, he's got lots of targets available. Lofting ball, but collected with ease into the hands of the Greek Tambakis. (1-0) our score. A little over halfway through the first 45. Vegas desperately seeking some kind of answer or rebuttal to what the visitors have put on the scoreboard here. 1-0. Mexico with 5 shots, and Las Vegas just with 1, Marion. I mean, again, like you said, Las Vegas just can't seem to string together more than 2 passes. So Try the long ball action, and that still can't stay into play. Alba with the press. Maples. Surrounded, Harris couldn't turn. Here comes Ngando. Ngando. The scoop. Over to Jout. Nice touch with a settle. Here's Jout, left foot. And it skied on him. Maybe just one extra touch there.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Jout take that one in line. Actually, he had numbers on the back post, but can't be understated what Ngando is able to do on the ball. He had absolutely zero options moving forward as he tried to slalom left and then ended up having to do a cheeky little pass just to find an open player. So that's a problem, one, for Las Vegas, their lack of movement when they do get in those positions. But two, that just goes to show what kind of a player he is. And in that situation, he's already, taken the entire defense to the left. His numbers are also in the left. When he switches the point of attack to the right side, instead of cutting back into those numbers on the left, can you take it in line and find, through service, the numbers on the back side?
In his time at UNCG, almost invited the double team from the opponents right close to the touchline, which most coaches would feel nervous and get upset. But Coach Rich at UNCG said he can do whatever he wants. He's such a good magician with the ball. And you could tell when he was comfortable just by his body language when he's able to take over a game. And New Mexico United with Bruce, they have taken over this match. It's 2-0. Way outside of the 18. Bruce with a brace. In Las Vegas, looking for answers.
Well, Daniel Bruce is trying to make his case to be a mainstay in the starting 11. But what have we said is a key for Las Vegas? Limiting Zico Bailey, limiting his impact in this game. They don't do that. They leave him wide open with acres of space to play a pinpoint delivery. And what a finish by Daniel Bruce that caught Rosarena by surprise.
See the dip on that too. Goodness, put it on the sweet spot.
But that doesn't get there if it's not for the creativity of Zico Bailey.
Absolutely right.
And that is something that Las Vegas knew coming into this match.
Without any hesitation. We talked to head coach Eric Quill, who said kind of the unsung hero, and it was immediately Bailey.
He's a leader, he's got a good mentality. He's obviously secure with the ball at his feet.
Maples, here comes that press. Alba, he could get this one within goal, and he just let that one trickle away. Just unlucky, as Alba thought for sure he was going to make it a 2-1 contest.
But a much better decision from Las Vegas, right? We talked about you don't always have to play cleanly through the lines of pressure. You've got the strength, you've got the pace to be able to play over the top, and they showed it just then with almost a response to the 2-0 deficit with one ball over the top onto an oncoming Ricky Alba.
Yeah, Alba made Maples uncomfortable. I'll keep an eye on that, Marion, because that very well could result in a Las Vegas goal. They could put him off his off keel. Besides living in his comfort zone and just sliding it over with no problems at all to Herbert. Take it away. Service ball. Alba. Good aerial battle. Won by Maples there. Bruce, the Englishman, goes down, will draw a free kick, although a smirk from Haverty. Nicoletto played at Akron one year, when they went to the College Cup back in 2018, and Zhao may have a cramp or he pulled something on his quad. As head coach Dennis Sanchez looks on. Zhao was out, and then he went right back down. Zhao from Silver Springs, Maryland. Actually played in a Swedish club where he made 48 appearances at top flight. 31 years young, too. He competed for Cincinnati, of course, FC Cincinnati. So Gannon is going to come in for Zhao here. Gannon from Atlanta, Georgia. He signed with Vegas in the middle of February. He is an attempt, a slow dribbler, but at least a shot on frame. This is risky too. As Haverty able to move that one ahead, and Ngando lost it. Goes around his soul. Out of bounds, be a throw in for New Mexico United. We played 34 minutes and 30 seconds, just over 34 and a half. Harris slides it over, already looking promising for New Mexico United. And maybe a deflection off of Barroso Arena. No, it's going to be a goal kick.
And when New Mexico goes into the final third, they go with pace and they go with vengeance. And it's that ball to the front foot that makes this such a dangerous chance. When that ball is played right into your run, you don't have to think about it. You just have to decide which option you're going for. Am I going to shoot this or am I going to go 1v1?
Clever back heel. Valentin Noel up ahead to Samake on an attempted volley by Alba, but didn't quite have the laces on it.
I know it's not the start that the Lights would have wanted, but there are moments that they're doing well to take advantage of the expansive shape that New Mexico likes to attack with. It's no secret that New Mexico United likes to attack with numbers. You often see the outside backs up at the attacking 18-yard box.
Flag stays down. Here's Bruce. Taken away by Gannon. Gannon. And that very tough corner. And Bruce not happy with the call. But the Lights are. And neither is head coach Eric Quill. Nice one touch up to Noel. Valentin. To the left, numbers got to get down here for Las Vegas Lights. Still a lot of yellow kits. Noel. Inserted pass. Alba can't turn. Over to Ngando. Ngando scanning. Ngando dancing. And Ngando will watch that one go out of bounds. Past the byline for a Las Vegas Lights corner.
Abdi Mohammed, what a signing that was for New Mexico United. Such a good player in terms of his 1v1 defending. We've already seen what his attributions are as an attacking outside back. That was a great look at what he's able to do from a defensive standpoint. But much better from Las Vegas.
Can the Lights at least come within one? Short option. Ngando clipped over. This looks good. Oh, that wave of attack. Beautiful touch. Ngando just can't quite get the finishing touches. Is Ball rotation sent over. And looking for the head of Alba. And he just sprays it wide.
That corner kick was created because Las Vegas was willing to go from one side of the pitch to the other. And that's going to be key for them as they continue. Can you start your attack on one side of the pitch? Can you end in the other and create either a dangerous goal-scoring opportunity or a corner kick, a dangerous service?
Harris is off. Oh, what a cheeky move on a turn. New Mexico, they smell blood. How crucial that third goal would be, and Las Vegas knows it. Probing pass, and Noel won't turn. Trying the left channel, what Valentin, what can he create? He'll create a free kick. There's a yellow card given to Herbert. Herbert already agrees that it was a card offense. Just trying to time it wrong. The hitter, the head to the back. Ooh. Got to the jaw, did he?
Yeah, that's no play on the ball.
That's concerning for Valentin Noel. That was a shot to the jaw that looked. Valentin Noel, he was an absolute superstar in the ACC once head coach Jay Vidovich brought him over to Pitt. I mean, the accolades, you need like 2 pages to put all the accolades he got in Pittsburgh. They got to the College Cup with him. Let's take a look at this injury one more time. He looks to be all right. That's a good sign, but tell us, Mary, what do you see here?
I see Herbert having no play on the ball.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
I think he's lucky to come out of that with just a yellow.
I mean, that was a direct head to the jaw. You're right, Herbert, very lucky that he didn't see a red card. What could this evolve into for Las Vegas? 41st minute, and the free kick at a dangerous spot. Too heavy. Pulled back Nigro. Back into the mixer. Huso. Nice step. Ngando. Well, they pushed him directly into a triple team, which had Huso kick it out of bounds, which that's what I thought. And Las Vegas is baffled by the fact that this is not a throw-in for them. Bruce tried to get extra creative. Did not work to his benefit. And the Rosarina will try this, the left side. Let's go with a long ball into the left channel, running on Alba. Alba on Maples' heels. And Maples falls out of bounds. We talked about Vegas playing with house money, Marion, but New Mexico, first goal, questionable offside, and then we got Herbert that very well could have been sent off. Smart. Adams. space and time, and they'll try to get over the top looking for Alba. That's the intended target. And Maples just kind of ushered him right to his goalkeeper, Tambakis.
Ricky Alba is an interesting player. Obviously, we've talked about what he can do in terms of his movement off the ball, struggling a bit in the finishing department, but one of the other things that makes him a really dangerous 9 is his ability to frustrate center backs and goalkeepers and put them in really precarious positions in terms of fouls in dangerous areas.
Nice laid-off touch by Mohamed. As Micheletto, that was intended for Bruce. Good probing pass. This looks promising. Can Vegas find the finishing ball? Right foot in! And they're within 1 goal. The goal scorer, Samake, able to finally break the ice for the Lights as Samake makes it now 2-1.
And this goes back into having bravery in the build-up. It starts with the pass before that, and a line skipped into Noel. He wastes no time making his decision, and he puts a player with such a large individual skill set onto the ball and just says, what are you gonna do with it? And Samake says, I got it from here. Valentin, a simple cutback, a class finish to the near post.
Just all about finesse there, not really power. Able to tuck it home, but New Mexico United already up into the final third. Micheletto. Micheletto curling it. Stopped immediately by Rosarina. Just got word there's 5 minutes of stoppage. Well, Las Vegas able to get at least one back, if that is perhaps the scoreline when they go into the locker room. Near Smart into space. Smart trying to find newly added Gannon. Bruce trying to get loose. The 2 players from England. Solid skill, one touch. Up into the middle. Gannon had the right idea for Alba on the through ball. A little bit more life into Cashman Field in the supporters. Watching their club go down 2-0, but an answer at least back for the moment as Samake draws Las Vegas within 1. Our supporters called the Electric Company. Fitting. As Gannon, slight press. Micheletto with a step over, take it away. Smart gets brought down on a professional foul. I wanted to avoid the restart, quick restart, and Ngando, as well as Smart, knows how important it is for those numbers. Micheletto still pleading his case. Smart with probably the goal of the College Cup against West Virginia. It was a golazo that will be down in Clemson lore for many, 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 many years.
So I was actually on the sideline for that, and looking at his teammates' reaction was absolutely priceless. They could not believe that went in.
Even Jackson Lee, the goalkeeper for West Virginia, couldn't believe it. He's a heck of a goalkeeper.
I think Sean Smart to the USL Championship is a brilliant get for the league, and extremely well done to Dennis Sanchez and the ownership group here at Las Vegas Lights for being able to present their brand and their future goals to a player like Sean Smart, who definitely had other options.
Comes from a family of soccer players into the pro ranks now. He's already an exciting outside back that possesses so much threat into the attacking part. Those overlapping runs are so crucial. But the endurance by Smart is...
Yeah, kid's got an engine.
Just doesn't stop. Yeah. Over the top, Micheletto. Oh, a bicycle that just may have hit a defender. As Bruce, doing his best imitation of Wayne Rooney, may have caught a Las Vegas Lights defender in the chin. Oh! That's the dangerous of doing the bicycle kick. Remember, no watering between 11 a.m. through 7 p.m. and never water on Sunday. That's May through August. Just a reminder, stay water smart, snwa.com. Nice one touch. Brilliantly played by Ngando. Las Vegas may be in a drought or dry, but we are definitely not in a drought for goal scoring in the first half. Seen 3. We could possibly see another one before break. Rosarina way off his line. Vegas has no intentions of going in to the locker room down 1, but they will. They were trying to put on the pressure and find an equalizer before halftime, but that is how we finish off the first 45. A wild card brought in by Eric Quill. He brings in Mr. Daniel Bruce, and he has a brace. He is the sole reason, well, of course, we have to talk about Nico Bailey too, but one of the main reasons that New Mexico United, they have a 2-1 advantage at the first 45. Micheletto in those chances, and here's that first goal that just over the top, and yes, that is a home run ball by New Mexico United. They lead 2-1 at the half.
Second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
At comprehensive cancer centers, the most advanced treatments and breakthrough research are helping our patients thrive. But some of our most powerful treatments are preventative. This begins together in our community through awareness, outreach, education, and support. From healthier living and self-checks to screening for early detection, we can now find and treat some cancers before they strike. We're doing this together, Southern Nevada, and teamwork saves lives.
Silver. You're watching the USL Championship, brought to you in part by SNWA. Never water on Sunday. El La Bonita Supermarkets. That's www.bonitamarkets.com. In Silver State Schools Credit Union, Also brought to you in part by Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Beautiful lights in Las Vegas, and the lights here they call home at Cashman Field, but trailing 2-1. 3 goals in the first half. Here's some news and notes around the league. You see the U.S. Open Cup round of 32. And of course, a shakeup in the coaching ranks with Oakland parting ways with head coach Noah Delgado, as well as player of the week, Nick Marcanich. Of course, you got to give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Charleston performance against this very Las Vegas side proved 2 things. Nick Marcanich is that guy, and Charleston has a lot of pressure as a team for championship or bust. They are that good, and the hype around them is deserved.
MD Myers and Nick Marcanich, that is a very nasty duo for Charleston Battery. Here are the standings in the Western Conference. You see New Mexico slipping just a 4 spot, and then Las Vegas slipping just underneath that 8 spot, right behind Las Vegas. Excuse me, right behind Memphis, 901. Memphis got a big win today. And Vegas with those points that is, again, playing with house money for something that they have not witnessed last year. And here's the Eastern standings for the USL Championship. It's Charleston Battery and Louisville City, and then Detroit right behind them. But those two with Charleston Battery and Louisville City, those are tough to beat on the top of the table.
Yeah, and Detroit didn't help themselves out today with their performance at Loudoun. Loudoun would be happy to get a point out of that one, but Detroit definitely would have wanted to see all 3. And then Pittsburgh, a group that found themselves outside the playoff spots last week, and here they are after 2 consecutive wins.
And a very interesting struggle by NCFC, sitting 12th. The Las Vegas Lights, their next 5 games, go and play LAFC. That is just a couple days away, 4 days to be exact, and then at San Antonio on May 11th. Louisville City, that is a very difficult task, Marion, with San Antonio FC, Louisville City FC. And you got to go on the road to Tampa Bay Rowdies. And of course, Phoenix Rising FC, that's on the top of the 1st of June. So we got more coming up, and right after this.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Distance, oh, what an effort, and it's special. Machoma fires,
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Back here to Vegas, 2-1 in favor of New Mexico United. 3 goals in the first 45. What will the next 45 have in store? And the Open Cup continues next week with a round of 32. Many fans will be focused on the USL versus MLS matchups. There is a great history of what they call cup sets, when USL teams have pulled off upsets against Major League Soccer clubs.
Mertz again trying to play in Deekwa. Deekwa's in behind. Deekwa's open the scoring.
Chested down. Oh, that is spectacular. It's a cup set for Union Omaha.
Kasim cutting inside. And there it is. Cup set magic in the air tonight. Saved by Viniello. Rodrigo Lopez. It's improbable. It's indomitable. It's another cup set.
Just right around the corner, right literally. It's Tuesday. Here's our matches. Marion, what sticks out to you?
Yeah, we got a couple of interesting pairings. I'll point your attention to the bottom of the screen. A couple of USL Championship matches. Orange County FC versus Loudoun United FC. Sac Republic versus Monterey Bay for a little West Coast face-off. But the San Jose Earthquakes versus the Oakland Roots with Dom Dwyer now on their side. That will be an interesting one for sure. And then Detroit City, that will not be an easy matchup against the Houston Dynamo. Memphis 901 FC obviously gaining some confidence with their big-time 4-1 win. Let's see how they match up against FC Dallas.
Of course, the next day on Wednesday, a big schedule too with Charleston Battery, and of course, Georgia Tormenta FC. You know they can be the upsetters.
I love that. The only League One team still in this tournament. And then North Carolina FC, that's another USL Championship matchup. We have a couple of those to come on Wednesday. But the Union Omaha Sporting Kansas City, I take back what I said. Another League One team as well, facing off against such a massive game for those guys. New Mexico United, Real Salt Lake. That will be an exciting one as well.
All round of 32 open matches will be available to stream on USLsoccer.com. We are just moments away from the second 45. Vegas trailing by 1.
AIS is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights Football Club.
Let's redo the basement.
Hello, home movie theater.
Spare bedroom.
Why not both? Use the US Bank mobile app to apply for a home improvement loan. It's easy.
Wonderful, Alex.
Hey, that's what US Bank is for. Anything else?
How about a loan for a bigger car?
Our family is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's moving in with his 5 dogs.
Oh.
Heyo!
And we're expecting.
Expecting what?
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. US Bank. We'll get there together.
Back here at Cashman Field, not too far, just about a mile away from the Vegas Strip. As Vegas trailing by 1, able to get one back, and we've got plenty of highlights with 3 goals Marion, take it away.
Plenty of highlights is exactly what I would have said. And we're going to start all the way at the 7th minute. Not too far in the mix when Rosarena had to put on his shot-stopping skills early on. It looked all but lost to this corner kick as it was overhit. But just trying to find the head of Herbert to put it back in the mixer. And Rosarena says, not today. Not much longer after that 13th minute. New Mexico is starting to put all the pressure on. When we've got players from everywhere, we've got the right back involved, we've got forwards involved, and we've got Daniel Bruce's first one of the night, all by way of Zico Bailey, the player we knew had to be limited. And they also took some massive shots from distance, did New Mexico. And then things quieted down, and we actually saw Las Vegas get on the front foot a time or two. And here in the 30th minute, we're gonna see Daniel Bruce's second goal. Another petition for offsides, but not this time. It was a masterclass in technique and finishing from Daniel Bruce, who is making a case for himself in the starting 11. Guess who else? Zico Bailey.
Marion, I love your energy. Las Vegas hopes they can get some of your energy. They have kind of struggled on getting those final balls in there, but look at the stats. I think it's safe to say you're not surprised by how this has tilted the way from New Mexico United.
No, and you know, sometimes I think we can make soccer a more simplistic game, and I'll just draw your attention to the goals column, the shots column, and the shots on target column. That tells you just about everything you need to know.
And the SOG definitely in the favor of New Mexico United. And Marion, we are just about ready to have the next 45, and we're off. Las Vegas Lights, they have a 1-goal deficit. And they must respond back here in this second 45, being a little bit more aggressive, but we did see some bright spots. They're able to get one back off the brilliance of Samake.
Eric Cole has to be pleased with how well his rotation has done. We're giving a lot of credit, obviously, to Zico Bailey and Marco Micheletto. And when you have those guys on the pitch, you can make a lot of different players work. But both of those goals, Daniel Bruce still had to have such a class finish. That's really exciting for Eric Cole to see. And then on the flip side, Las Vegas, we talked about their inconsistency in terms of starting 11. I think we saw a little bit of that as they were trying to sort out marking in the midfield for the first 20-25 minutes of that half. But as it went on, they did grow into it, and they started to really threaten with verticality in behind the New Mexico back line. I think the more that they can do that and take advantage of the expansive shape, have that lateral movement in the attack, the more success they'll have in front of goal.
You think they said this in the locker room, that even with the stats not in their favor, this is definitely the favorite of Mexico, but just a little wide from the target. But it's hard not to bring up, if you're Coach Dennis Sanchez, that they scored 2-1, and one of those goals very well could have been taken back.
Yeah, I think if you're Dennis Sanchez, you actually don't mention that, because you have to be in this mindset of controlling what you can control, and without the ability of VAR and in hindsight, they don't have that. What they do have are these next 45 minutes to respond, and he's got to be pleased with the way that his team went into the locker room, grabbing at least one back.
Absolutely right. New Mexico United playing the short ball, then all the way back. We still have yet to see the scary forward, at least if you're the opponent. Greg Hurst is our player to watch, and talk about a super sub if he comes in the next 20 minutes or so. Akali with a point. Point to the spot. Nigro is livid. Maybe we'll get another chance to look at this. But in early goings of the second 45, Akali, you see jockeying What do you think, Marion?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is. And pleading too, with Adams pleading with the official, but.
And I don't mean ridiculous in a college part. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. If I'm in his position, I'm going down as well.
You got to sell it. Yep.
No doubt about that. Referee has to know better.
Akali from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's known for spectacular finishes. He's been featured on SportsCenter. He'll have one from the spot here to push his team back up with a 2-goal cushion. Akali. Rosarina blocks it off the post. Oh, the bar still inside and close to the 6. And another delivery, Micheletto. Rosarina with a clutch save, knocking it off the crossbar.
The athleticism, and Akali put this in the perfect position for Rosarina to make this stop. That waist height is the easiest place for a goalkeeper to get to.
Every right to be flexing out for that one. That was brilliant work by Rosarina.
And he makes up for, in my opinion, a referee's mistake. And if Las Vegas goes on to tie this match, they'll be looking at that save as just as an important moment.
Yeah, again, we talked about this too, how even saves like that can switch that pendulum to the side of whoever your team is that makes the save. And that momentum can shift quickly. Rosarina obviously animated after that. I would be too. And see if Vegas can keep with this momentum, ride this wave. In the 51st minute, they get a corner. Charlie Adams will be the short option. This is a 1-2. Clipped with some curl, bending, and just over the head of Nigro. Valentin Noel. Barbie, that was intended for Clemente coming in from the center back position. And poetic justice too, right, Marion, with that point to the spot that, yes, that's very questionable. And then a Rosarina, rather than slumping and just feeling that it's not their night, was able to come up with a huge save. Mexico threatening again. I love the drums though. Very similar to what Brazil does with those drums. Definitely keep me with a lot of energy.
It's a bit of a small crowd here tonight, but you know, that's something that Dennis Sanchez is really focused on, and it was such a big draw to him. Watched an old Las Vegas Lights match from 2017, 2018. Saw how many fans there were in the stands, and knows that they have the brand to do that. Obviously winning helps, but they have changed to play more of an entertaining style of soccer, no doubt. And already so much better in terms of points, in terms of player profiles than they have been in the previous years. This Las Vegas team used to be a team where you see them on your schedule and you go ahead and give yourself 3 points. And that's just not the case anymore.
Well, under new ownership, Jose Batista, all-star, major league ranked with Toronto. He definitely brings some flair.
Joey Bats? Flair?
Yeah, Joey Bats, the bat flip.
That guy?
Loved it. Came up with the Orioles, and then, of course, he made his mark with the Toronto Blue Jays, which bat flip will always be in his bio, but I thought it was very entertaining.
I think if you could have a bat flip in the Hall of Fame, it should be that one.
By far. He got caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
I would too. Over the top, trying to get over the line. Well, you have new ownership. You bring in a promising young coach with Dennis Sanchez. You already have 3 wins. I mean, there was nowhere to go but up. And I think they're just going by this roster, how talented this squad is. And like you said, they're still trying to gel.
Right. But there's been one theme throughout the night, not only in the first half, but individually in some performances, specifically Rico Rosarena. It's just response.
Nice takeaway by Adams, trying to move that up to Ngando. Wow, sitting there with the PK mark, and how different the tone would be if indeed New Mexico United made it 3-1. But that energy, mind might say that the electric energy to this group. You see what I did there? Lights it up. Clemenza. Oh, clever dummy. Whatever Adams had on his mind, he definitely executed it, just could not connect with anybody.
And I'd
Maybe
love
that
for
far
them,
run.
Yeah, I'd really love for them to start trying to find Coleman Gannon. It wasn't a bad idea, but Gannon right now is just sitting in a perfect pocket of space right in front of the back line, and Valentin Noel attracts so much attention, so many players to him. Can you use that to your advantage in the over pursuit and find the open midfielder, because Gannon really has some incredible 1v1 ability.
I head back from Maples. This is where you would think that Las Vegas would try to pin in New Mexico.
Yeah, exactly, Ty. When you see front runners, when you see your attacking midfield players sprinting to close down space, that's got to be a cue to the players behind them to get a little bit tighter to your marks and be ready to win the next ball.
Not sure the idea there by Bruce, but he's pleading that it's New Mexico United's ball. Here's Ngando, the switch. And just over the shoelaces of Nigro. Clever 1-2. Bailey, Bruce, and this time that flag goes up. He's slippery, very Wayne Rooney-esque too. That bulldog up top. Football 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, so do us a favor, download that right now. Downloading is Ngando. Valentin Noel timed that just a little too prematurely as he was coming down. Could not quite put the hammer on that one. They try to move that back line, pinched against that touch line, but it seems just maybe a little delayed because they're able to get out of it. And New Mexico is kind of almost baiting Las Vegas to come in and press. It's almost similar to what Brighton does in the EPL, where they invite the press, so it opens up space. Garcia coming in, as well as Bennett. So Smart going out. You surprised by this move? In Alba.
No, I think that Bennett is going to bring some fresh legs and has just as much of a physical presence as Ricky Alba does. I think Ricky Alba put in a great shift, but the next 30 minutes or so is going to be a lot of running. You're chasing the game now if you're New Mexico, so not a bad idea to bring on fresh legs. If you're Las Vegas, excuse me.
Corey Bennett from St. Andrew, Jamaica. So he comes in hoping for some fresh legs. New attack. Smart also goes out. Slipping through. I tell you, man, I don't know what Daniel Bruce did before the match, but he's really kind of had some luck on his shoulders. Ball seems to find him, even spitting out. Didn't have luck on that failed bicycle kick. It looked pretty. It looked pretty. It just clocked a defender in the face. Right channel. Noel is in there. And so is Samake. But nobody can touch it. The thing about bicycles, there's no graceful way to fall. It's just bang, you hit your back.
Yeah, this might be a hot take, but I just really don't think that they're worth it for the potential of the injury.
Nice one, too, just a little heavy on that return, trying to find Clementa. My kids still try to get me to do a bicycle now, and I said, I'm too old to do it. It's gonna hurt my back, and I won't be able to walk for a couple days. Good step, Charlie Adams. Noel goes down. No point to the spot. Surprised by that?
I think inconsistency is what frustrates players.
Kind of testing that whistle. Nigro on the square pass from Ngando over the top. Overcooked in out of bounds.
The thing is, I don't think that was a pin. I'm glad he didn't point to the spot, but I also didn't think the first one was a pin.
That's what I was bringing you in for that. I didn't think that. Yeah, I didn't think either was a penalty. But
I already have a reputation of not getting along with referees. I don't need your help.
I could tell. I could. Oh, just on the edge, but tried to sell it. Yeah, both, in my opinion, too. Definitely that PK worthy. I could definitely see you as a feisty one on the pitch when it came to talking to referees. Sometimes we can't help it, right? It's just you get, well, dare I say, caught in the moment, and then you're in competitive mode, beast mode, if you will, and you have a referee that's been inconsistent. Your top might pop off, and then you're shown the showers with a red card. But one touch to the left channel, Nigro. He's got inserted pass, uses it. Little heavy touch from Noel, but could not return. Ticking up to the 64th minute. Las Vegas in New Mexico. New Mexico United went up 2-0. And Vegas searching for an answer finally got one off the boot of Samaki. All that occurred in the first 45. We've been scoreless here in the second 45. Good step by Bruce again. Out to the right, Akale! And Rosarina is spinning on his head. He is in a whole new universe. He's been fantastic. Because where could this match be without a Rosarina?
And there have been matches where he's been questionable, and that was a key for New Mexico coming into this game is test his ability. Questions have been asked of him, and he has answered every single one. His shot-stopping ability, his reaction time, his athleticism as a goaltender has really come alive in this match.
Quickly on the counter, Vegas looking, cooking. And a heavy touch that will result on a late swipe of the foot of Gannon, which then results in a card. It just, Gannon sees it, and then it wasn't there, and then it was just a late kick.
I think that's a ridiculous yellow if you
I think
actually
so, too.
watched the play.
I think so too.
He was going to kick the ball and he literally missed.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Me and the head referee have not seen eye to eye tonight, but you know what? That's why we have different opinions, and that's the beautiful thing about soccer. It's a game of opinions and perspectives.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the first time I've done a match that I am not the one that is very hard on the referees. So you can join me anytime. Because even some of the matches I've actually been told to ease up a little bit. But
well, we should probably listen to that advice.
And listen, I've also had a color analyst that is an official, and we've sparred back and forth on air.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna. I mean, they have a tough job, right?
It is.
They have a very, very difficult job, and we always have to remember we have the ability of hindsight. We have replays. We have different camera angles. They don't have that unless they have VAR, which is not the case for our crew tonight.
Samaki keeps it. Noel. Building. And Gondo. Adams. To the left to Nigro. Jockeying is Akale. Nigro trying to get enough space to send it. Send it with his left foot, but it's deflected out. It'll be a corner. Here in the 67th minute, Marion, what do you want Vegas to do here on this corner? Besides score, or if you want to be effective. Do you want to try the back door? You want to bend
well,
it?
Look, they have a 6'3" goalkeeper and a not much shorter than that center back. You do well to avoid those two in the air, especially when you have the likes of Coleman Gannon. No offense to you, Mr. Gannon, your mullet is fantastic, but I don't think you're winning that aerial battle.
7 targets in the box, trying to climb over the top of Tambakis, who has been it. But that was all Tambakis' ball. I like the idea. I think you just got to get it out a little bit out of the way of that goal mouth so it does not allow Tambakis to claim it.
Well, a great way to do that is to just draw numbers out of the structure in general, right? So the whole point of using the wide channels, using the width, is to create numerical advantages for the attackers, 2v1s, 3v2s. Corner kicks are a good opportunity to do that, pull some numbers out of a clogged 18-yard box and see if you can't find a bit of a better angle for service.
They compiled data in the EPL for about a decade about corner kicks. Do you know which corner kick was the most effective?
I hope you're going to say a short corner to make me look smart, and if not...
Yes.
Okay.
You are smart.
It's like, if not, just don't say the answer.
Right. I mean, that somewhat surprised me too, but because how many times have you seen where corners and they play the short option and the fans go, oh, but I mean, you get a better angle. So, and it wasn't by a huge margin either. It's just as far as the success rate. Las Vegas trying to find some success right here. Left-footed shot, blocked, awkwardly hit by Haverty. He put that on the inside of his boot, didn't he, with his left foot? It didn't look as natural as a shot, but also, let's take a look at the replay.
Well, I mentioned just how dangerous Coleman Gannon was in 1v1 situations. Makes the right decision to get to the end line. And that's Zico Bailey needing some attention. Trainers being waved on.
Brilliant play by Gannon. Very, very clever on the ball. Not shocked to see that he committed to Indiana. He did not go to Indiana, but he ended up going to the pro ranks. But that he definitely looks like an Indiana type player. And Todd Yeagley brings in, and it's just year after year of just superb talent. Corner as we await. Got a big target in there with Clementa. Do you use it? See Clementa trying to get out of the way with Bruce guarding him. Look at the height differential. Looks like Akale is going out. Hernandez and Reyes about to go into the match. Not sure if it's Harris who's down on Akale. So Reyes comes in. Hernandez might be coming in as well. Eric Quill with an ace up his sleeve by bringing Bruce in to start. He's got a brace when he keeps his goal scorer on the bench. Nicoletto, is he coming off? From Rome, Italy, but he was raised in England. A little taste of Italian footy and then England footy. And Hernandez coming in. He's from Duncanville, Texas. Here's the corner, whipping. Far stick. Is that off of Tambakis? It is. Slapping that over the bar. As we tick up to the 72nd minute. 2-1 New Mexico United with a slight edge. But Las Vegas has been threatening and knocking at the door. And now the referee pointing and now bringing a card out of his pocket on a shot that was taken after the whistle was blown. I think it goes to Clementa with a yellow card. That's one of those frustration kicks, even though you know it's after the whistle, because it's right there.
Yeah, and weirdly enough, it was actually Samake who took that shot. I'm wondering if Clementa had a few words to say to the official, as Samake will get a red or a yellow card now. Don't be alarmed, guys. It is only a yellow. My fault.
So yellow cards given out aplenty. 73rd minute. Just get the feeling that Las Vegas is going to come up with a combination to find this equalizer. That one is a soft grounder, immediately stopped by Rosarina. He started off playing baseball and then said, I'm not sure if I like this sport yet, so I'm going to go to soccer. Martin Noel. Oh, well played. Right on the touchline, right back from Bennett to Samake. The confidence definitely growing on this Las Vegas Lights team. Here's a shot with the left foot. And how about it? Tambakis How that didn't get in, beyond me. Back into the box from the 18. Left-footed shot going for the upper 90. My heavens, that was about a hair away from making it 2-2. Charlie Adams knows just exactly how close this was.
Coleman Gannon has been such a spark plug since he has come in off the bench, anticipating that back pass. And a great save by Timakis, and then this was a finesse ball with pace and power that almost hit the top bin, and that is a difficult shot to take with the inside of your foot to be able to get that much power behind it.
You're right, it looked like it was just a normal finesse shot, but the pace that that ball had. Vegas has now New Mexico United on the ropes.
If I'm Dennis Sanchez, really the big message I'm telling my players in the attack is do more lateral movement. They have been the most effective when they have moved the ball from left to right in an efficient manner, right? And we have seen that New Mexico is really trying to pin them into this side, and Las Vegas hasn't yet been able to play through those numbers and get it to the right-hand side. But that's a way to do it right there.
Once again, knocking on the door. Can the Lights put 2 on the scoreboard for them? Slid over to Nigro. Nigro clipping. Is deflected. It'll be another corner for the home side. Setting up. A lot of yellow kits inside that 18 too. Everybody back. Interesting to see what they decide to play here. Flight it again, trying to go on the far side. They got a player down. Possible head injury, so that's going to pause action here. As Huso, he's saying that he got elbowed. Huso from the Ivory Coast broke into the USL Championship at age 21 for Loudoun United. Last season for Loudoun United had 28 starts, 30 appearances, 1 goal and 2 assists. Now the Las Vegas Lights are going to bring in another substitution.
I haven't minded the substitutions from either head coach. I mean, both of these, I know they won 3 points now, but they also do have some pretty big Open Cup matches to think about. Both of them going up against MLS teams. Vegas taking Los Angeles FC, and New Mexico United taking on Real Salt Lake.
It says Kona, who's coming in from the Dominican Republic to play for their senior team. Long throw in. Possession definitely has been with Vegas last, say, 10 minutes. They've been constantly moving into their attacking third, into space. Well played, Ascona. Nigro, whipping. Adams lays it down to the right to Ngando. Oh, Ngando tried to get nifty and moved away from the ball. The ball was taken away. The attack fizzles out. Now into the 79th minute. Mexico still holding that 1-goal lead. A brace by Mr. Bruce, Daniel Bruce, who gets the start tonight. We all thought the hero would be 17, another one up top, Greg Hurst, but we have yet to see him in this match. But it's been Daniel Bruce and, of course, Zico Bailey. The USL on the CBS networks continues in May. Detroit City FC takes on the defending championship title winners, Phoenix Rising, Saturday, May 11th at 6:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Clementa. Hesitation move right off the chest by Bennett. Well read again by Tembakis. Over in the Greece Super League with Panathinaikos. Here comes the US. He actually was the first signing by Atlanta United FC. Made his mark in the USL Championship and here at New Mexico United. Always one of the front runners for the Golden Glove Award. '81st minute, and yet another corner kick for Las Vegas. Another high arcing ball headed. Oh, an attempt of somewhat of a bicycle
There's
kick.
your bicycle.
Well, that's more of a fall down, just put your foot up by Hafferty, but I give you a 7. That's where you play it right off your chest, and then you just throw your leg out. So it's somewhat a half of a bicycle.
So you're saying you're not impressed?
No, brilliant work. It's just not the same as when you take one out of the air, right? On a cross, you cock one leg back, then pop the other one. Nobody watches you fall if that goes in the net, right? '82nd minute, and Marion, I got to ask you your thoughts so far in this second half. You definitely, the energy, the electricity in this Las Vegas Lights team is palpable here in this second half.
Yeah, I think that they've done a much better job of controlling the tempo. A little bit of that is because New Mexico has taken their foot off the gas in terms of the press they were applying that Las Vegas was struggling to play out of in the first 45 minutes.
Little Cook given to Astorga. Card's been given out quite a plenty, but no reds, thank goodness. Although we could have seen a red. 83rd minute. Clementa, probing pass, laying it off. Ascona. Here's Noel. Oh, Noel tried to place that one in the upper 90. Here's Ascona. Soft touch, Ngando. Does he get the return? Up ahead, and Noel was basically behind a yellow wall.
And you could just see the frustration of Bennett after that play. And yes, it would have been impressive to make it through all this traffic. As we look at Valentin Noel's attempt at a finesse ball into the side netting, but the second part of that sequence that amounted to nothing instead of going through 9 yellow jerseys, why not just play it out wide to Gannon, recycle your runs?
Right. You're holding up that and just distribute it. Try it one more time. They have been unlucky in a town that, let's just say, you need luck. But the home side has been unlucky. Valentine Noel most times would put that away. The last attempt deflected away. And we still sit 2-1 in favor of New Mexico United. Nigro's over here near side. But Clementa threading the pass. But Maples read it. 85th minute. Whatever head coach Dennis Sanchez said to his team in the locker room, it has definitely worked. Unfortunately, we still sit in the same scoreline. But it's been an impressive onslaught of attacks by Las Vegas. Here's a nice flip throw in. See if this results into something. Tabakis says that's my ball and comes down with it. The favorite back in the day, flip throw in. You see those every now and then. It's just kind of do the flip and hopefully that goes in the area you want. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship in many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, it's the player's choice. There he is, the Highlander, replacing the Englishman. Thought it'd be a super sub, maybe we expected a little bit earlier, but here in the 86th minute, Bruce goes out with a brace. Right now, he is the difference maker. But Hurst also has been a menace to any opponent. High ball, that is all Timbakis. As soon as that ball left the right foot of Nigro, Timbakis already was coming up to claim it.
I think you gotta know that if you're Las Vegas. So he's 6'3".
Right, yep.
Avoiding aerial battles with the guy that's 6'3" is probably the smarter thing to do, right? And I don't mean that in a condescending way, but you have been at your best if you're Las Vegas with balls back across the face of goal. Do more of that, right? Like you are, yes, you're chasing the game, but at the same time, be pragmatic about where the strengths lie for you as a group. And really throughout the majority of the second half, it's been attacking out to in, trying to get service and staying away from the guy that's 6'3".
Reckless challenge that will result in a free kick for Las Vegas. Hopefully the home side can listen to your advice here, Marion. As the clock is ticking away from them. Brilliant work, Nigro. Spinning. And still fighting for it. Then a clearance that sends it up almost to the midway mark. And Gondo telling Bo to throw this ball in. He was pointing directly to Clementa, and Clementa will just usher it to Ngando. Azcona. A touch that got away from Hafferty. Vegas still keeping and moving towards the final third again. Oh, Gannon, brilliant work. Right foot swing across, and that is going to go out of bounds. Again, right idea, just can't quite get that touch. Azcona, who came in, becoming the first player for the Dominican Republic to score at any FIFA World Cup tournament, finding the net against Nigeria. That was in the FIFA Men's U20 World Cup group stage. There's another yellow card given. See Clemente telling everybody to get up from Las Vegas. Another heavy ball that is easy for Tambakis to claim and then milk the clock a little bit more. 90th minute. Dennis Sanchez wants to hurry it up and then is informed that it is a throw-in for New Mexico United. Into space, there's plenty of space on that left side, but Akale took advantage and decided to at least try a shot on frame. A little game of rondo. It'll be a free kick for New Mexico United. The 91st minute. And don't forget, May through August, no watering between 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And never water on Sunday. Stay water smart with snwa.com. Seven minutes of stoppage time. Now they're gonna have to bring out the athletic trainer to check on an injured New Mexico United player, which looks like it's Nico Bailey. So we had 3 goals, and all that was in the first 45. Here's how they came.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a bouncing ball to the man who you obviously didn't want to have it in Daniel Bruce. He has a brace in his first appearance in the starting 11. Las Vegas was able to sneak one back right before the half in the 44th minute. A Samake goal after a brilliant build-up from the players behind him.
What a cut, too, bringing that back. Stopped it on a dime, especially with how fast that ball was rolling. Micheletto was on the bench. One of the main 11. The starting 11 for New Mexico United. It looks like Zico Bailey from Henderson, Nevada is okay and up. Played 1 season at Cal State Fullerton for his college ball. In the late minutes, we finally get to see our player to watch, Greg Hurst. And now we'll see Dubois for New Mexico United. And this very well could result in the 3rd goal. Now nobody had at least a chance as Hurst gets involved, tries to play it back. And once again, New Mexico United right outside of the 18. Here's Akale. The return. And a Rosarina quickly off his line. Brilliant work by a Rosarina. Here's a slingshot play. Azcona. Plenty of space to the right. There's an option. Blasted with a torso up. Got a little too excited, had shooter face. And sometimes that will take the place of some smarts on just getting your torso over it and trying to drive it through.
This is part of Las Vegas's game plan from the get-go. Can you take advantage of the expansive shape that New Mexico likes to get in from the attack? Coleman Gannon had way more time than he thought. Could have actually set himself up with a prep touch.
Sometimes it's on a platter like that, your eyes get about the size of softballs. And
hey, what a performance
sometimes you're driving.
Yeah, Zico Bailey, we see him coming out of the game. It's such a shift put in by that guy.
Yes. Everything that head coach Eric Quill said about Zico is on point. As Nigro goes down, and this is going to be another card. It's given to Dubois, who just came on the pitch. Check the heat map on Dubois. He literally just walked on and then is shown a yellow card. Ngondo, does he have any more magic left in his boots? And does Vegas have any luck on their side here in these late minutes to find the equalizer and come away with at least a point? Ngondo said play Nigro, they play the long ball over the top. Here's Valentin Noel, right foot, shot straight at the chest, and Azcona knows it. Azcona, you're not gonna see a better ball than that.
No, Valentin Noel is so well to be patient, and the reason that's key is because it allows the runs to develop, and it allows the players to get there, and Azcona just opens up his hips a little too much. If he just directly goes through that ball, it gets into near post side netting. Instead, he tried to get a bit fancy and open his hips up to try to go back post. Didn't open him up enough to get there, and instead it goes central. Magnificent run, though, by Azcona. Just couldn't quite finish it. Directly to the chest of Timbakis. And you don't blame him for smacking the ground. Absolutely not. Sitting right on a platter, and you can almost see it go through. And with the game in its waning minutes, it becomes even more pressing on you when those quality opportunities smack you right in the face. Clementa. Do we have one more, at least, attempt? Ngondo. He loves sitting on the touchline. Back to Noel. Now the switch. Dispossessed. New Mexico United surging. Gotta quickly get up the pitch and use those numbers to your advantage. Azcona. Wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do with it. As a trip up by Bennett. A late challenge. Las Vegas, 14 shots so far in this match. As all eyes on the official for that final whistle. The expected goals for Las Vegas, 1.25. Now, for New Mexico United, 1.81. Azcona. Is there one more trip into that final third? Lofting ball over the top. Gannon.
again and kept it on the carpet. It'll be a corner. And Marion, here we are. This very well could be the last play of this match. And everybody's in. Look, the Rosarina's come in. The main reason why this is just a 1-goal deficit for Las Vegas. And now the Rosarina is inside the 18 as a possible target. On this in-swinger, here it comes. Far stick. And it's spoiled away. It just bit. It went out of bounds. And Las Vegas with an impressive second half. I think they could build from this attack, though. As we mentioned, they haven't quite gelled yet. But what we saw in this attack on that constant trips up to that final third, and you could build from that. Akale wants to put that cherry on top, and he falls down right in the box, trying to draw another point to the spot, this time not impressed by the official. Maples. Tambakis just plays it into the stands. There was 7 minutes of stoppage time, and now we're in the 100th minute. And there is the final whistle. As you can see, the joy from head coach in his second year, head coach Eric Quill goes on the road again, but he comes up with 3 points in beating Las Vegas 2-1, and a brace by maybe a character we wouldn't expect to be on the pitch. And the player of the match is this kid right here, Ricky Ozarina, as he was sensational. As this scoreline could have gotten out of hand in favor of New Mexico United, but Rosarina was definitely on his game. As you see the save of the game coming up, this is it. This is difficult from that spot, and Rosarina blocked it. Not only that, Marion, but came off the bar and then had another good look at it. And still, Las Vegas able to keep it at a 2-1 scoreline. So Rosarina, the player of the match, on his great accomplishments. But unfortunately, his team doesn't come away with the 3 points. The final, 2-1. We'll be back right after this.
Hola, soy Ramón Martín del Campo, oficial de policía en Henderson y ex capitán del equipo de Las Vegas Lights. Estoy orgulloso de haber sido un donante vivo y que mi madre fue una beneficiada con un riñón. El 85% de los americanos en la lista de espera necesitan un trasplante de riñón. Los nevadenses damos esperanza. Únete a nosotros en wearenevadans.org.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
Mi raza bonita. Desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en la bonita está hecho en Las Vegas.
USL Championship. Lights in Las Vegas, always bright. American First Credit Union, brought to you in part by Desert Radiology. Radiology partners practice in US Bank. As Las Vegas, the home side, unable to come up with the 3 points. And those who traveled for the New Mexico United team, they are excited and pumped that those 2 goals by Bruce was enough in the first half. As we'll take a look at the highlights in this entire match, Marion.
Yeah, it was really a box-to-box match at the end of the day. Las Vegas unable to get it done, but it started early in the 13th minute. A little bit of shuffle and a cheeky little flick over the top to Abdi Mohammed, who then finds Daniel Bruce. This would be his first clinical finish of the night. The other one, a bit more theatrical, that deserves a bit more of our attention. In the 30th minute, it starts here. Zico Bailey with the vision. Again, a cheeky ball with the outside of his foot. And from way out beyond the 18-yard box, Daniel Bruce has the confidence to go for Rico Rosarena, and that time he does not miss. A beautiful first touch that sets him up lovely, and it's on the half volley that he beats a Rosarena. That would be 2-0 in the 30th minute for the road guys. But it was this moment of fluid buildup from Las Vegas in a moment of transition and a brilliant set of 1v1 attacking skills from Noel to Samake. And it's that first touch that sets him up to be able to make this cut and a clinical finish to the back post. Las Vegas was able to grab one back going into the locker room. And here we go, the save of the match that we looked at, a questionable PK call. And this game would have been entirely different. It didn't end up affecting the scoreline, but this affected the energy for this Las Vegas side for the remainder of the second half. A Rosarena coming up so big, guesses right. And Akali puts that one right at hip height, then a Rosarena, rightfully so, trying to pump up the home crowd.
Yeah, that stats totally different than what we were expecting, especially after the first 45. Las Vegas Lights FC did come out blazing in the second 45, unfortunately unable to come up with a goal. As you see the shots, and we're struggling to get any shots in that first half, where they come up with 14. And Mexico United still gets the advantage on that department with 16, and definitely on the shots on target. As New Mexico United gets the 3 points, 2-1. So for my entire crew, and Marion Crowder, my name's Ty Collins. Thank you so much for joining us here on ESPN Plus. Our final 2-1, New Mexico United over Vegas Lights FC.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.